level. Nobody's using power to suppress anyone. If you don't have facts, shut your fucking mouth and stay in your room. If he goes to court and the court says, Onya Bonia, he walks. What is your problem? They are more launching party constitution, relaunching. They ne ka efahon. Ever seen the what is the MPP? Mumusa MPP for enkrantie we say mo constitution they ne dey nsaka iwom. Omunim
awusiafo gigim yemo bibia kwa aba. Na yemfambra mega TV platform we eso. Jandam killer ba kope Kevin Ekobodi Tailor. In fact, MPP for mo 90 more. Enka de bia mo bedana nka ombeso da ya nka de bechi no na nka papa no oni ho biu but yankopon akwan anye ne ni pa akwan ene Kevin Ekobodi Tailor ascendi information bi across na bia kwa ma MPP for said ya abribi o yene no watoto jana e de akọ sanso na ono ankasa ni NDC amanyuku a obo modern year campaign massive one awugusu ebo aban no obo hu dawro di kira mansan wasan sending message bi chele one e di amomo efa CDS Ghana military bi omoda ene niema ekoso e wo military ni mu enya no nko a ensem de ewura ni di bia todwa and you know say Kevin Ekobodi Tailor otrans na ogini mbrese ya ensem ekotwi kobre mine oba and obabam na kofo enye bihwe and I've told you say Kevin Ekobodi Tailor address enka NDC for nhia no enka 2024 election MPP for ekifa NDC for S1 and do you know something enani a year pepepe and MPP for whom smoothness level in election 2024 what you say enani year pepepe 7th of December 2024 na MPP for omwankasa smoothness level and omwankasa feeling no munumpem by 38%. Abusianfo mesro so do comment betumbra conversation e koso ni ato ye boas ni eti osagefo Dr. Kevin Ekobodi Tailor G-Tech for Benyami won Tailor na nsemo de atudwane de mintimi nka mu half quarter kra mintimi yenti mfro no ankasa na no yakoba e beto aso e de amount
of people be Ghana deliberate, and I'm going to say this. Amwakohene sues Democracy Hub's Wendell Yeboah over Galamsey claims. Now, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Obi Eka Samutono so Oye Galamsey. And as a young politician, as somebody who is leading a whole region, onim se onye bibiano se onim se waya boni anka se we ko be kansie nka obe din na mom onim se onye boni nti anase opese no kure ne beda dinti the Ashanti Regional Minister eka kira brantie na oka asem ne se wo se me ye Galamsey a ende bra ne be kirem na fa wungina so bra na be kire wiase nyina se ampa me amwakohene me ye Galamsey. And I want to be honest here and I want to be blunt here. Me ekwamiti hey, when I say something against somebody, na se nipa ne ka se asem no enya no kra, the person has the right to take me to court. Now, me won say some group of people in Ghana, ayomadwene say, because the Ashanti Regional Minister is seeking for the truth. Because what kasema to me so, na sa asana wokai no, me so minim se menye ya. Why should I sit and allow that atrono to destroy my career? Because you're one of the finest politicians or ministers in Ghana, the Ashanti Regional Minister. In 2025, if I'm going to give you 10 regional ministers, they are born Greater Ashanti region, I'll come to Greater Accra. I will not sit here and make it look like say Obi born sama because I want to write in that person should be let off the hook. No, it doesn't work like that. And the gentleman, a friend of Wendell, no, he needs to understand the say, no Wendell no namhono. So Obi so ka samto ne swa. Sa asem no obe pese nipa no be den ebe be yini ho ano. So people in the media space, and I was so disappointed when somebody like Irasuda Saridonko, who am senior, you taught me this job, and you insinuating and making it look like say today it is okay for people to malign people. Ewie me hu say obi akotro bibi e de tia Erastus Asaridonko say Erastus akwaje pick up bi, and I expect Erastus to sue that person. Say Erastus nim say asem na nipa ne kan nya no kra, because we cannot live in a country whereby people can just make allegations and do what and just walk. We cannot live in a country where people can just make things up and just Manchester. Yeah, 5 minutes. Manchester United on. Yeah, to make it look like say the Ashanti regional minister or he's not a police officer or reporting the case. The police have taken the case serious because this kind of misinformation and disinformation in the system needs to stop. And he said, "Obiako can be one some then the sandy panel abide any dear. You people should stop politicizing it. If it is he is part of a democracy harbor. It does not change the fact to say Wako sama sebi also ko. So if that guy knows that what he did was right, as some kind of evidence, why are you people not allowing the guy to face the court? Why are you people not allowing the guy to face the law? Why are you making it look like say Ashanti regional minister will be a court and what time will be the Nakosi court also or Jajini panel? In the first place, that gentleman who wrote the thing or made the allegations, why hasn't he come out to say the allegations are true? You people should stop this nonsense. And it has become a cabal in Ghana. There are a group of young people, it be a journalist for, it be from some panelists, it be my yawaha. All that they do is that they pick on people. And I'm so happy the way the Ashanti regional minister is standing up to these bullies. These are all bullies on the internet. And these people have decided to say, oh, we will do everything possible to suppress the Ashanti regional minister. I like the way he's dealing with them. He's not also cowing. He's also letting them understand he knows it's right. He is in office. If somebody is going to say something about him, it needs to be factual. In the South Accra, that's why I will say you are part of a group and you can be part of the group and fool yourself. You need to end up in jail. We are not going to mince words. You are the same people working in our courts every single day, trying to fight for people's right. Now the people you are fighting for their rights, and you'll be there trying to abuse you. You people are so selective when it comes to the law. So Ashanti regional minister and the budget with Jimmy Obinka someone fan home because the person is part of a toothless group who basically make money out of nothing. He shouldn't talk. He should allow the guy to malign him. If the guy feels he did not do anything wrong and he has evidence to support his statement, all of you junkies who are supporting this boy should follow the boy to court and provide your evidence to exonerate the boy. Muntumi fa enche social media chi enya mo say ye de rimumra no ye de join the group ye de pressure group now your pressure group no we Jimmy now making allegations without any substance. Why should anyone allow you to make those allegations? I like the Ashanti regional minister. He should not allow them to write things and get away with it. And I'm being so disappointed in a lot of these people. Oliver, I am disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in Erastus Saridonko. I'm disappointed in all of you guys. Now, you want it to slide? Because the boy was held by the police, does the Ashanti regional minister run the Ghana Police Service? Does he run the Ghana Police Service? So Ghana Police Service Ashanti regional minister. Why don't you take your matter to the police? Why don't you go and demonstrate at the police headquarters? Why are you making it look like, say, the Ashanti regional minister to them watch you? You people know the law, but you are being selective because muhundi padin kwasiasam na say emrana etchena. Then you come and talk about human rights. You come and talk about people using power to suppress people. Nobody's using power to suppress anyone. If you don't have facts, shut your fucking mouth and stay in your room. That boy might end up in jail. And you people are the ones helping these young guys to end up in jail because you are making them believe, say, Oliver and your group, you need to advise yourselves. I respect you a lot. I remember when I came together in the Supreme Court, you walked up to me, we spoke nicely as gentlemen. But the way you people are making these young men who are in these various groups behave, they are beginning to think, say, they can misbehave in Ghana, and that when you use the law to question them, it is looking like you are intimidating people. You are going after people's rights. Now, who can be one not any right? Now right. You people are the ones who are pushing young people into jail. If you want to be pressure groups, if you want to be democracy hub, if you want to speak on the issues, you have all the right and you have our support. But the idea that you think that some of you guys can take advantage of the groups you are part of and malign people, nobody's going to agree to that. Nobody's going to agree. So that your window, your boy, if that boy has evidence to what he said, he shouldn't be scared. He should face the law. And Yaman Kofobin and Amgana and Kwasia Samunkwa. And I'm so disappointed in you, Oliver. Every single day, oh, we are fighting for the young people. It is beginning more to look like you people are fighting for whatever you people want to get. But it's not about fighting to make sure the rule of law, basically, everybody enjoys the rule of law. Why? Is Wendell bigger than anybody in Ghana? Time and not all church or sign, man, no, name the consequences. And you people are acting as if you know nothing. And some journalists have jumped on the wagon, all because Ashanti regional minister, he's young. We should go and intimidate him. We should make him feel bad. That guy cannot be intimidated. No matter the agenda you people can set, until the court finishes this case, nobody can make any allegations. Until the case is in court, nobody should think, say, this, because this man has opened up and trying to smile with everyone, even journalists in Ashanti region, and I'm disappointed in you, Erastus. This morning you wrote something about this, and I was shocked. We all are supposed to be gatekeepers, guard each other. So who Erastus will be a car, so I will not sit here for the person to run you down. But suddenly, for some reason, you guys have decided to be selfish. I don't know what this guy has done to you people. It's like it's an agenda. Let us bring this guy down. We are not going to allow him to be the Ashanti regional minister. Simon said what Bonsu said. Kwasi Ampe no be the Ashanti regional minister. Kwasi we Jimmy no Ashanti memu. I want to make a bibi anchira kwa we. Erastus, you lived in Ashanti region. You could not speak in this guy's face because you people think he's young. Because you think he has opened up. He's trying to be nice with everyone. You people want to find a way, malign the guy and destroy him. Munjai san kwasi adeno. When someone or trust he should go to court and prove it. If he goes to court and the court says it's Onya Bonia, he walks. What is your problem? You people should stop this. For people to even believe in the young people in Ghana. Whatever you people stand for, your actions are going against whatever you people stand for. Whatever you people say, we should look at and believe in you and take your word. Your actions, on social media, the things you follow and the things you support. And then the church say there is something off about what you people are saying that you are doing. What you are protecting. You people are not standing for anything. Gradually, you are losing that respect. You are losing that integrity. We were here when you, Oliver, you uko to police for car key. In any country, you should be in jail. And I'm what? In any country, you should be in jail for like 5 years. But we lived in this country. You need to understand the law needs to work. It cannot be selective. We should stop these kind of things. The jealousy is too much in the system. What you people are doing is not helping. Mumi Njai, and I'm disappointed in you, Erastus. Very, very disappointed. What do you gain from this? What are you people going to get from this? From day one, a gentleman will occupy that position as the Ashanti regional minister. You people, you hate this young man. What do you want from him? Go and vie for the position. And if you don't want it, I don't care. But your actions in some time. Today, the case is in court. The boy should go and prove himself. Whether you are part of NDC, MPP, Democracy Hub, Emergency Hub, whatever hub, you need to make sure say yedemra and a mind. We are not going to sit there out of respect in tea. Person will say ni baby life. If this guy goes wrong, I will make sure say if we go to court, we will all champion the sack of Amwakohine. Yes. We will make sure we will champion it. But we cannot sit here and gloat over allegations are obi to me pruvi. Na yet one man look like say Amwakohine no or nipa boni bi agoku obi. Aden. Now, also on protecting the credibility. You threaten suit. Why don't you people want people to protect themselves? Mr. Minister, do the job. Focus. If the man now or man with Jumano, if the president believes he has the right to do it. But so far, the president is satisfied with your job. The job near the man is to serve Ghanaians, specifically people in the Ashanti region. Deliver. If you go wrong, we will caution you. But do not let these jealous people, these guys who think say everything should be about them, to distract you. Me as I sit here until that Wendell boy proves his matter, gives us all the evidence to prove say, oh, as someone kind of I'm not going to side with anybody. Let the court decide. Nonsense. Now, the vice president spoke yesterday. And as someone kind of say, the daily feeding allowance from 1 cedi 80 pesos to 5 cedis has been approved for implementation. Mokai say NDC bar power. na prisoner biara no na ye feeding a day 1 cedi 80 pesos. Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman, John Dramani Mahama, any omo cabinet tenase no omo hu say it is not right for a Ghanaian as Sebio and the over prison to be for correction. Prison enye baby a yekuku nipa e baby a ye ko reflect it, ye de correct it, ye de tenase obi kura to be free prison but no why reformed papa na nyoma kura nanka oni prison no on to me no oko prison why obi to be ko prison obi pie no kuta masters obi to be ko prison obi pie no kuta nsa adwuma obi ko prison obi ba no na oye more productive than obi krampa oko prison. So abai we buy no who say we cannot say because somebody is in prison they should be treated like, without due respect, animals. Inti aye Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman and John Dramani Mahama any MDC abane ka say no 1 cedi 80 pesos every prisoner say eduane anopa ewie nyumre no. It is not right. There's no way they are going to get any better food to eat. So omotenase ka say they are going to move it from 1 cedi 80 pesos all the way to 5 cedis. Now the Vice President Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman akasa or say and the cabinet agiatum say I was a prisoner biano you spend 5 Ghana cedis on each prisoner as feeding fee. Obetena kwasie bi ba eti wuntumi movement TV ka say aban we ba na de na waye na saa kwa no saa boy na nko say jaili no saa boy na all misinforming for say ye beto abade bi Saturday ni ato bi sa na nko say ye jaili no na nko koda prison na nke feeding no 5 cedis ni e ka che ne say time na onkwasi aban MPP ni woso no o tribal forest peglet party ni woso no ni e feed prisoners 1 cedi 80 pesos na aban ni say no because we person who say aban we aye bi foforo no and ye feed prisoners 5 cedis into that boy was supposed to be jailed. Sabona a petition na nemu kankan na ot movement TV na yantiase abai we by pade na oye na nkosi e kanishemu. He was supposed to be jailed. Na nke akoka che ne say na if you do 5 cedis instead of 1 cedi 80 pesos. Enkwasiafo benya this radio so e Jimmy for we ma they don't want this country to move forward. Enti omontiase say oman no ekọ nanim. It be I will plead with the government. Sa ade na boy ni ye during elections no. Say nkamena me ye yanke betchimi atum. That case, that crime, I'm going to follow it. I am going to sue. I am going to petition the police that misinformation about during the elections now can say better about be Saturday, near to about be Sunday. No, it is treasonous. A idea and Kebetuma Ghana and Tokwesi. So I am going to petition the Ghana Police Service to open that case and make sure that boy is put before the law, because that boy cannot sit on radio and make such utterances and walk. Me pese ohu the reason why nti aban we ba na aban na ebibi odru prisoner ye jelina okoda ne afidi 5 cedis a day obeti ase say and the kufu ado bosom no na afidi Ghana prisoners 1 cedi 80 pesos. Say kwasi ampe you know to movement TV no buta say aban we no aban na nyehwe no me ankasa I will petition the IGP and I'll petition the IGP and tell the IGP say with all due respect say yeti kronma emra e wo say adwuma before election 2024, sa boy na oti movement TV no obetna TV so video evidence wo e kachre Ghana for say ebi nkoto aba no Saturday ebi nkoto no Sunday or evidence or misinforming disinforming a lot of Ghanaians. Saturday no ye no anka ntoko betume simo otumfo akonwa na say yes anka betumi de ntokwesi asantememu ene Ghana ama manfo ku amanfo ama sebio ahini a yedi ni Ghana anka nyina be say into that boy no or you dangerous to our democracy and the law needs to take care of that boy. So I will personally petition the IGP. And I don't expect the IGP to put this thing on the side. We need to get to the bottom of it. Sanebaya election 2028, it will serve as a deterrent. Sanebaya kwasiyebi tumi nkotena TV so nkotena radio so nkoka say abani ebe to be this date, near to be this date. So from next week, I will personally petition the IGP. I will petition the IGP. I will instruct my lawyers to petition the IGP, and I want the IGP to act on it. When I petition the IGP, I will add the video to it. We need to get to the bottom of it. Me person otinyo me bia say o person hu di abane ye ya memana ko hu afri prison. Mema sa akwasi ampe yi no one ne boss wuntumi no omka ko hu di aban we ya from prison. Inti I am promising him. Ochira mu shana monka nche Kevin Tailor say he's going to petition the IGP. He's going to make his lawyers petition the IGP about that boy's statement. And that we need to make sure, say Obidi Boni or Ghana, Yentumi Bobonene and Tonchain. That boy, we need to petition the IGP to make sure the law takes care of him. Now, team, remind me of this. Please. Tomorrow morning, I want to call my lawyer in Ghana for him to put together this petition because I want this case. I don't want this thing to slide. Election 2028, a very, very important election for Ghana. We are not going to sit there for people to learn from this fool. Because nipa bi ebesua de oyeye no na election 2028 na kofan tokwa besi into also gina court na oyi ne ho ano na o maye hu sa asem na o kan no na ne gina so wen. We are going to make sure say Osembra ni di because election 2028 no obi be the same na say Ghana. The democracy of Ghana is very important and dear to me. And I'm not going to allow piglets like these to destroy our democracy. Team, remind me, tomorrow I'll call my lawyer and I'll tell my lawyer to petition the IGP on my behalf and that I want action to be taken on this matter. Seattle. Now, and then the President of the Republic will launch armored vehicles our Ghana Police Service. Now, the government is doing a lot. If there's one thing that we didn't see during the Ekufuado administration or the Bawumia administration for 8 years, we didn't see the retooling of any of our regional hospitals or our major hospitals in this country. For 8 years, the NPP government did not touch any hospital to retool or even continue any health development project. One second part, neglected part, military. The NPP spent a lot of money, your friend flower money. They make you think, say, they are spending on the military. When they say spending on the military or retooling the military, it's about retooling the military to be prepared in the moment. You can have a military that has old equipment, old fighting battle weapons or whatever. But you need to make sure you update your military, your security to the point whereby any day, they are ready to defend that nation or your nation. Now, there's one thing they basically neglected. You see, Dampare technically bought the media. That is what Dampare was good at. And that one, I will not take it away from him. Dampare was a very good PR guy. Dampare was very smart when it came to making sure, playing with the minds of Ghanaians. He was always ahead. Dampare used the media to make him look better. Dampare, a politician, to say Ekufuado. He played the media game very well. He was able to get the media to do his bidding indirectly without the media even knowing. So Dampare like this, or to me, set up the media in a way whereby he buys the sympathetic part of the media. Into every time, you will see a lot of people are like Dampare because he will spread his pictures all over the place. He spreads his videos all over the place. He goes to places where he thinks, Emane Dorso, Mamefone Dorso, Ghana for, if you want to penetrate Ghana, go through our mothers, go through our aunties. So Dampare uno jine no sa. Dampare uno chikeloli. Dampare so akoji bankuno oka. Dampare uno uraha. Dampare knew how to play on the conscience of Ghanaians. But when it came to policing, police now say policing, and I say police is being retooled to be a fortified police service. Dampare didn't really care. And somebody will say, no. Nana de bia who Dampare. It is only Dampare and obey IGP. Ni photographer, photographer of the year. Dampare Gwa. It has never happened before. It is only Dampare or what ni photographer or didn't you try to picture at the end of the year, photographers of the year. No, Dampare's photographer was the photographer of the year. Best photographer in Ghana, Dampare. That question a photographer in Ghana asked me, say, so Dampare's photographer, what was just following Dampare around and taking pictures of the IGP? And I'm saying yes. And I'll say he became the photographer of the year for taking pictures of the IGP. So it shows you how Dampare was able to manipulate the system for the system to think, say, he was working for the police. Oh, say a Pamo Dampare, so many people were shocked how the police were jubilating. It was because inside the police, Dampare had built a police within the police. It was so political to the point that the amount police, they didn't care. Dampare always looked at the face, the surface that looked very, very rosary. And that is what he used to do what? to enter the heads of Ghanaians. Today, we have seen a new police whereby the police is being retooled. The police is being retooled to the point whereby you can see, say, a government is in place that is being strategic about what is giving the police for the police to do their jobs. And see, Mahama present 40 special purpose armored vehicles to Ghana Police Service, and it was interesting to see the joy in the faces of Ghana Police.
Police response in high-risk environments. The enhanced officer protection when you are engaged in dangerous operations. The reinforced patrols in rugged terrain and high crime zones. The improved convoy, crowd control, and rapid response capabilities. And they give officers the operational advantage that you deserve when police response in high-risk environments. The enhanced officer protection when you are engaged in dangerous operations. The reinforced patrols in rugged terrain and high crime zones. The improved convoy, crowd control, and rapid response capabilities. And they give officers the operational advantage that you deserve when police response.
So you see, retooling the security agencies, and not just buying things. And I would like to talk to the president. Mr. President, it is very important you look at the Ghana military. The Ghana military, they are struggling. In fact, when it comes to West Africa, and this goes to the CDS or the leadership of Ghana military, when you go to Ghana military as a whole, as it sits there, the former CDS, and I know there's something in the military people don't want to talk about. But when you go into the military, Mr. President, once in a while, call the CDS, go with him to the military camps, sack all the officers and talk to the military, the lower rank people, and hear what they will tell you. And I will advise the CDS to do same. I will advise the CDS to also go to the various barracks, there's various units, call the unit personnel, let their office, the senior officers leave, speak to them, then you will hear what they are going through in the military. There's a lot happening. The military is struggling. When it comes to weapons, when it comes to vehicles, when it comes to Nyoma Yadika Seweya military, Ghana military, we fall short. In fact, we were here when the former CDS, Okoto armored vehicles, Land Cruisers 12. Till date, who may be our Land Cruisers in Bako. He's the same he's the same person, Mr. President. You say he should go to Canada and become whatever. He went to buy Land Cruisers bear 12 or something. Land Cruisers bear 12. Now, the disheartening thing about Ghana military, and they say, sir, vehicles are the last time I was in Ghana, I took my time to drive through the military Burma camp. And Mr. President, it is sad to see the accommodation of some of our military men. It is sad to see the kind of equipment, the kind of accoutrement the Ghana military uses. In fact, you need to look at it very well. Say, and I would say on authority, say in Tokwesi, Ewo, Ghana, any other country, with all the experience, military eba akondia yebe losing tokwana poto obekunya shiekro no. The Ghana military is not potent when it comes to weapons, war vehicles. The majority of the vehicles they see Burma camp ni nyina nyadwuma. Mr. President, maybe you have not been briefed, and I know the CDS just took power or took office. He needs to sit down and look at the issues. There's a lot of issues in the military. They are hurt. Things are not going on well. And if we always want it to look like it is always going to be obey before command, or say obey command before whatever, then we are not going to get anywhere. Sometimes we need to put the obey before the Indiano and go down and speak to them and hear what is going on. I can tell you on authority that armored vehicles are good. Ghana military nyina about 80% in Yejuma. Mr. President, one day, Mr. President, pay a visit to the Ghana military. And I know the CDS is struggling. He's struggling because he came to inherit a military that was not retooled for years. He came to inherit a military that was being led by people who were trying to save their faces, trying to look good. But when it comes to Nyoma Ediye military Jumana, they didn't care. And that is where my problem is. Because the former CDS, he was all about the icing on the cake. For people to see, oh, if you give me an accommodation, not the main reason to your family soja no, se mintumi nya akodia no, ana akadia ni nye soja na, then you need to make sure those things go hand in hand. And I know the CDS now is struggling because the military is undertooled. The Ghana military needs to be updated. When you enter a Burma camp at time, it is sad. It is sad because ultimately military for dying. Now it is like almost that phone. You see military quarters. A day you see in 1932. Now Usha military for dying. Now Yabubo Kukobu Sihon. Usha military for dying. Utubu says away nipan the dem. You see nipan the dem. Soja ni dem. It is despicable. At time, the military, we need to upgrade the military a little bit. We need to retool the military. Our military is weak. And when I say it's weak, when it comes to Ghana military, they are disciplined. When it comes to they being there for the country, you know them. They go out of the country for peacekeeping. We know what they do. They are very, very solid. But when it comes to Akondia, the Ghana military is zero. They have nothing. It hurts me to be saying this now, but the Ghana military, I'm telling you, we have the men. We have a lot of people who are committed to work for us, protect Ghana. But when it comes to a new age military, the Ghana military, dear Mr. President, I beg you, you need to put a whole committee together, led by the CDS, to really look at one, accommodation, and two, the accoutrements. The Ghana military service, I've taken my time. I've driven through a Burma camp. When you go see baby a soldier for that cry, it is disheartening. Into the day I saw all these young people, the day they were recruiting people, Elwak Sports Stadium, Namedru Ghana. That day I was in Ghana. And me share young people way among for me person ko soldier and I'm actually go see Burma camp and I'm share a danye gu and I'm saying no, there is a problem. The day na in Kɔrɔnfoɔ wu Elwak, and I was in Ghana that day. I drove past that place in the morning and I looked at all these kids and I'm catching me say I've been through Burma camp. Now me share a danye gu Burma camp. Now me share Ghana military the way it is not resourced, the way it is not being retooled, the way it is not updated. Now me share Nkora we nyina wanting to go into the military. Me busa mo say, enti Nkora we nyina e form wa, ehin no mo koda. Where are they going to lodge? Ultimately driving through Burma camp. Mr. President, it is despicable. Add this to your legacy. At least before you leave power, we need to have about 50,000 military housing for the military. Military for Asasi Bebri. They have lots and lots of land. Yet military for no Asasi Bebri. Let us pay attention to the military. Let us pay attention for once, Mr. President. This is something you need to do for people like us. I am begging you, Mr. President. The police too need same. We are retooling the police. We need to look at the accommodation. These are security agencies. These old. I was asking myself, who share a daya ewo Burma camper? Now just be a yesisi dana pete ho. A dine tantan bi. Into Mr. President, can't we decide to say, sa in dana yesi pete no, ye bebu bune yesi story buildings 20 uti story buildings 20 tenor. How many militiamen can occupy? So many of them. Why have we allowed to die way? Police need that damn none about that bontene. Soldier need that damn none about that a box him. Utemo Burma camper. Soldier for the box abu bonk atar down. I just say a tonri ho. I just say a slump. This is not right. I want you to summon the CDS. I need you to ask them what can be done immediately to help the Ghana military accommodation. We can't always be telling people go to the military, go to the police, and their dignity is taken away from them. That is despicable. Till date, the Ghana military, oko omo kitchen, Omu kotweja and omu soja. Why? This is the modern day military. This is the modern day policing. How come say and the Ghana military ye kotweja, ye kotwenuya and ye soja? How? People come to training. They have new recruits. Now we tell our people we want to save the climate. We want to save the environment. And ever since the Ghana police end to me gas and that they need to send recruits to go into the forest. So what is that? And this go to the CDS. CDS, these are things that you need to put before the president. And these are urgent things. I know you came to inherit a lot of damage, but you need to try and also make sure these are the things the military personnel need. Good accommodation. You can take one section and say, okay, this 10 acre, this particular unit, ye basi story building 20 waha, story building bia a dime 500 room. Ye basi 10 story building. What are we doing to our people? See the amount of money we have spent on unnecessary things in Ghana. Why are we doing this to ourselves? If today, you open, say, people should put in, contractors should submit. So our buying crackers of contractors, 50%, and that they are going to pay the contractors another year, the rest of the money. We will get local contractors who will be willing to build these story buildings at Burma Camp for the military. And then end 2025, military for that wanted to think boom. Anytime, are you not ashamed as leaders of the nation? Go and see baby police for that. Obakona police leader them na ne bada abontene. How can you have peace of mind to govern, to protect a nation? My worry is that today, as I tell you, Mr. S, get me pictures of Burma camp. Edaya soldier for the dim. Now me fancha Mr. President. Ebia, it's been a long time the president went to Burma camp. And the leaders of this country went to Burma camp. Mr. S, get me pictures of Burma camp. Edaya you call World War II now mudemu. And then mudemu. Me say utumi kona soldier ni dying. Insu nem a dining. Na gata nsu nam dying na se gata nsu. Na soldier ni dem. Na officer ye si dan shepe ama officer ne nebusuafo na recruit ne soldier for omo de eye adwuma no na officer for 10 air condition dan mu na omo bon kwase adwuma na egugu a kitchen dan mu e dey nsem hono no. How can you build a nation like that? Inti soldier ne so to obe corrupt because or shani officer penyini ne ba kra ewo one officer bi o baba ako na ne ba no ewo dan ono nko awo dan na soldier ni owo mba miensa na ono ne yire ne mother box him. Why? How can you live like that? This has to change. There should be a change. Something needs to be done. We cannot keep doing these things to ourselves every day. As someday it is nice to retool the police, it is nice to give them equipment, but it is also important to take care of their accommodation. We can give all those Mr. President, we can give that to soldier for move some of them there and start building story buildings. Mr. President, the military themselves, they have engineers. The military, they can construct. The military, they can build. What is the big deal? We don't even need external contractors. Let us refurbish it again. Move the military 2000 now baby make sure say within a year yen to mean 6 story buildings bear 5 story build be at we find 200 apartment 200 then ye we near yisankofo no abaho near say another set near the omako segleme near say sisankofo de ye we near the omabaho near that is how we do it. We have enough houses sitting there yen fanya she and ye tigana ne kabrofo. Mr. President, you need to call a meeting. The military, the police, they need some better accommodation. Equipment some using in military body. Sometimes when we say these things, some of you get angry because you feel like we are exposing the military, we are exposing the police, we are exposing the security agencies. But if we don't talk about these things, how are people going to know what is happening? If we don't speak on these things, how are we going to know what is going on? Or they will suffer and suffer all the time. Ubeko eye Burma camp. A dine so I send kukobuo. These are where you're dying. Where can put say new kakra, Mr. S. This one is even new. Where I don't think it's even an apartment. Oh, this could be an officer's mess. Uchami a dine with them, Mr. S. This is even nice, Mr. S. Where they say get me the real houses at Burma camp. Why are we doing this to the military, Mr. President? It is me and Ghanaians saying this. Yeah, parking kwa we nyina ko military omo kodahin. Yeah, parking kwa we nyina ko police omo kodahin. We are parking them to go out there and to become corrupt. Oni baby da obey Kɔrɔnfoɔ. So ya ni oni baby da obey Kɔrɔnfoɔ because the nyonko no ni ono so enam Ghana no hu say the nyonko baby da obey pesika ko pe baby ada. Let us try and help the military. Let us try and help the police. Retooling is good. I said two things today, Mr. President. The police, the retooling is good. The accommodation is important. The military, they don't have anything. I am pleading with the CDS to go to the president and plead with the president that this is an emergency. Because if we don't do this, one day a Tihana Soja for a revolt against here. Yakasa revolt. And yes, ubikuta political power na obi yawo. A yawo, any pain, any nyome bi ani pe bi kom nema obi to me convince obi. So it is always important to say obi de ne kra to so obebo oman ho banya. Yes, you show that kind of that kind of love, no. We need to meet them halfway. Go to Burma camp. I want the schools, the JSS for no, they should go and take a tour at Burma camp. Now mo should be a soldier for that. In fact, what I want the Ghana military to do first and then say before mo be applications, no. Mo make sure say you give people the opportunity to come and work at the barracks and see where the soldiers sleep. It should be part of the whole thing before people go and pick a form. Answer and go form no. Moment ura barracks wo Burma camp no mo measure say soldier 40 their living conditions. When people see soldiers their living conditions, I don't think say you will see them there. I am telling you. Me say Ghana military samu bie say wa person ko military bra eye Burma camp be baby soldier for da ansa na ye me say udru wa me nya sure say 90% of inquiry hu mo elwa kire be hu mo none of them will go to military, yeah, because they are soldier for them. They how many say and the armored car say what Ghana military mu nyina nye adwuma ni nyina nye. They cannot run for 10 miles, they will break down. They cannot run. When you sit inside, they know. Soldier from Pedifo in Akoya no CDS penini. Or no that soldier for no oba also me sit down kakrebi waha, me see hall waha. Oh, Mr. T, no the contract na man ho. That guy now CDS no. Upon bu enu said no. Or sorry, construction or yen Burma company the company. Or sorry, not the company a man contractor man ho. No abesi hall, be no the dianto so, no abesi way. But the main thing na ebebua soldier for nankasa no. Upon bu enu strategy was that wow, opeso ko peacekeeping bra, unye training kura ko. Because why a soldier, why a cashier, unto training crowd here, cobra. So he bought them with those things. Into a pump when you and say, we are soldier ni, open so peacekeeping, put your name in. Because before you go for peacekeeping, you need to train. But obviously, there are people, ebia, on to me for 2 weeks and training and slam call into sometimes they need to be given a pass. It is what is in their head and the experience they here, and yet technically physique. Into sometimes people will be given the exceptional area rule, no, normal passing rule, normal call. That is fine. But upon now yes, CDS. So that is what he was doing. He was making the military for no think say he's helping, but indirectly, what they really needed to make them comfortable, he wasn't minding them. Because make up peacekeeping, I could have $500 a week, and then I will not even think about where I will sleep. So we need to get to the bottom of it. Some people, they have destroyed the military. Mr. President, change the face of the military. Let us update the military. I will come back to this topic again. Upon Pipra, thank you. Upon Pipra, the former CDS, also not to say IGP Dampare. Upon Pipra, no, not to say Dampare, former CDS. So Tanga, and all the data soldier for no. Intendo come military, upon Pipra, share, now upon Brano sit down with you. Upon Pipra, all that he was doing was that now all the flashy things need that soldier for no. But I didn't name my soldier, yes, soldier no. Into people say, the first day I entered Burma camp, and I'm going to say, upon Pipra, body dino, baby, I'm dano o wuyana. Upon Pipra, baby, musono, baby, I'm dano o wuyana. Why didn't he take care of your welfare? Baby, I'm obedano. Because if you're telling me something, a year peacekeeping. Now I'm $500 a week. Because peacekeeping, buy him and beda. This goes to the Ghana police, Ghana military, and the fire service. I'll come and talk about fire service next week. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, I heard this statement from the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, and I felt to say, I was saying, if I need to do this, my team needs to country, the Ghana military, the Ghana police, these two institutions. Maybe start with Ghana military. The Ghana military needs to share apartments of the Ghana military personnel for the public to see. Next week, we want to see current pictures of military personnel. We want to see it on your sites. We want to see current pictures of military officers. If by next week we don't see it on the site of the Ghana military, I will send my boys to come to Burma camp. My own ghost team will come and film Burma camp and show to the world the kind of a Danya soldier for them. So I am not going to make anybody's work difficult. I am pleading with the CDS. The CDS needs to meet all his senior officers. They need to go to the president. Segleme housing is there. We want the military to take over this construction. They need to refurbish Segleme housing. Move enough military officers there a bit to occupy Segleme housing 1,500 houses. At least 1,500 military officers or more Burma camp. If we renovate Segleme house in 6 months, they can all go there and live there. Then wherever we want to earmark, you better mind unit by unit. This unit, you better see Abronsign 5, 10. Abronsign be able for a dying 60. Abronsign be able for dying 100. They will say at least almost Segleme hono in 1 year or 2 years. No, you dim some bebano. Near Abronsign ever nipa 1,005. Omu ya near move sanko for na kosa unit them. Near move another unit to Segleme. Na sa unit no so no ya start ebubu baby almost tini nyina because oba a dynamo is say pete what tantan sado you need to break them down ebe ko obi kure ko ato atwene e de na soldier ni o defend Ghana ne ba e da bonte no da dem police ni officer penyini be na be sa de no. I'm asking from the CDS to the last officer omo we empenifo no why na be da dem and ne ba be da bonte no box him why na be sa de no. This is not discipline. This is nothing. You people are killing the military officers. You are destroying them within. We want to see something. We want to see some action. Segleme ne guano. Unit by unit. Mon starting free 1 unit. Mumu buda ni nyina. Mumu wo munyanko Segleme. Mun si Abronsign and the oba brochira. Ye si Abronsign nipa 1,000 wom. Ye to be si Abronsign bienu na fa nipa 1,000. Mun ye sa de bi. Na mumu enjoy the air and the air na time. What is all this nonsense? I'll come back to this topic again. I'm never going to stop until I hear the CDS speak on this housing issue, until I hear the president speak on this housing issue, until I hear the defense minister speak. Segleme is a perfect place for you to start. The military, they have civil engineers. They can build their own story building. All that they need is the funding. And see, OSP we are saying for the past year and year, we can get $50 million for them to build we can take the OSP budget every year. Now you find yes, Ejumano. You two ma Kissi Agyebeng kwasiampenyi we say come dey dia say na. You better see military barracks. So it is important. Mete say the Interior Minister aka some way, and I wanted to react to it quickly. Muntaka Mubarak. Muntaka Mubarak, I say, according to the Interior Minister, to him, Everyone who raises a hand against the police officer strikes at the heart of the state. Sorry, end of quote. And will face firm consequences under the law. Let me take this again. According to him, anyone who raises a hand against the police officer strikes at the heart of the state and will face firm consequences under the law. I want to ask the Interior Minister, your colleague in Parliament, Afenyomakin, he actually slapped a police officer. Till date, I've not heard you speak on it. Why? Because he's your friend, right? Because he's your colleague. Because you go to caucus meeting with him. Because you people negotiate behind the scenes and make a fool out of the people. Why haven't you spoken on the matter? Afenyomakin hit a police officer on camera. Afenyomakin was recorded. As we speak, Afenyomakin's docket is on the desk of the Attorney General. A case was established against him. Investigations were done. Police established that he actually assaulted a police officer. You are standing in public saying that if anybody hits a police officer, they have hit the heart of what? Mr. Interior Minister, prove to me that you are not one of the most weakest interior ministers we have had in Ghana. Prove to me. All of you guys who have been given appointment in Ghana, this is basically a test. Mo president Teddy most of them she suit nam Ghana maya pampe. Moya mo azan for some president Teddy no. And they are more be ejuma someone ye. Prove yourselves. Afenyomakin, and this goes to the Interior Minister Muntaka. Afenyomakin hit a police officer in the face. He slapped a police officer. Follow the docket. It's on the desk of the Attorney General. We want you to start from there. If you don't start from there, then shut up. It means the job you have been given, you can't do it. Mubarak, Muntaka, Mubarak. From next week, if you fail to take action on the Afenyomakin incident, which you know the docket is on the desk of the Attorney General, then you don't qualify to be an Interior Minister. I will torment you. Your credibility is on the line. You either side with Afenyomakin and lose everything in politics, or prove to Ghanaians say you are not as guilty, as reckless, as hopeless and corrupt like Afenyomakin. Prove to us this statement shouldn't just be a statement. You should act on this statement. This is your statement. It should not just be a statement. You need to act on the statement. And I have video evidence for you. In fact, your own Attorney General has a docket on his desk. You are the Interior Minister. Speak on that Afenyomakin assaulting a police officer. Because Afenyomakin has struck the heart of the state. You are in Parliament with him, so it's no problem, right? I am waiting for the day you raise an issue about somebody going after a police officer or a military officer. I said your political career hangs on this matter. Na memaka mo amusimu nyina mo president Teddy no. Me busa obia one question. Mubarak Muntaka. Next week we want you to speak on the Afenyomakin attack on the police officer. You are the Interior Minister, Minister of the Interior. You have made a statement and I have quoted you. So from next week, if you don't speak on this matter, you will quit the job. I want the right thing to be done in Ghana. I want John Mahama's presidency to be the best. Nobody's witch hunting anybody. Your hundreds and hundreds of members of parliament in Ghana, they have not touched a police officer. Obianfa Nsankano. There are about 87 NPP MPs in Ghana. Obianfa Nsanka police officer. Enti say Afenyomakin ebo police officer, it is not witch hunting. Say question no to make sure the right thing is done. Afenyomakin, he has committed a crime, and you, the Interior Minister, you have told us, say Obibo police officer, nipana bo omaina kumemu. Now we have video evidence and even a docket on the desk of the Attorney General, confirmed by the Attorney General himself that Afenyomakin, a docket on him is on his desk. The police did their investigations and they said he assaulted a police officer, which we also on camera. So this statement, So also say on person better than Baumia near from Muna Fiki in Kremoni on Kanokura. Act on this matter. Because Afenyomakin is not better than anybody. Muntaka, I'll leave it here. When I come back again, I'm telling you. Now the MPP, they have made some statements. Hey, no offer text, eh? Let offer finish the show. Tomorrow be holiday. Nobody is sleeping. Hey, offer say page ni block akwano, you need free page ni so. Blocking. Hey, offer say page ni block akwano, you offer say free page ni so. Blocking makuma tobi ya meka tefane kan. Blocking no. Oh, page ni catch say offer make offer finish the show. Tomorrow be holiday. We no go bed for here. Hey, offer say senior. Block akwano, block it, you free page so. Pamunu free so. O block na message be or send be delete. And say what unimo bi kura was sending message out. Catch any person on blocking. Blocking the free page so. O fa so be jina page me ye show catch so. Yema o fan we show na e be bloody. O be catch am say be bloody. Manchester ball 1 inti me ye den. O fast me yesho o brain pie bobo boa me what to catch and for say e be blood go me page mu me group amate hey of us page ni block akwa blocking on one time na me come nim you need free page no so who your friend ma me catch na me say next month sika bia beba ni nsem ya be je free ni nsem catch na me say no of us onko ni dem wo de wo ne ho bia ade bia msika o bia mo tsa my friend ma me friend me aminu aba my friend no offer page ni block no you need free page ni abofu no offer so kwasiasam kwan na now I was talking about a NPP after I can see me a Pentium 2 General Secretary I say and I'll speak the way he speaks. I'm going to show you how Pentium 2 speaks. So if I don't get the imitation right, minimum. Judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgments which beats our mind and imagination. Pentium 2 General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Kodia Akasa, will say, judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgments which beats our minds and imagination. Pentium 2 General Secretary and the Ketre Butu no. You see MPP for Kolanche omo manifesto. Omo amend bibi omo manifesto. Ana omo dem da bi omo eyi constitution nim. Na obi amako amend mo constitution akoyi nyoma bi afrim edi bia keka bi mu no. Omo anka ho asem o. Their biggest problem in Ghana today is tokonu na ya pamo no. I just say tokonu na ya pamo no. Eti said Ekufu adu ewu e party nim. Just say MPP for no mako lanche ade foforo mo na mo se mo party no akronfo ne do suwom na mo ba be ye den mo ya update bi e wo mo constitution na mo constitution na mo ya update wo mu no mako relaunch constitution no. Why don't you spend time and how many Ghanaians, how many Ghana for them say MPP for mo manifesto ma some amendment to manifesto na amendment na mo ye no dia nobody even knows. Nobody even knows. Sa amendment na mo constitution. Nobody knows. But you see, the general secretary of the party, no, he's not even worried about people not knowing the party's constitution. His own party foot soldiers, the grass cutters, they've not even taken the time to explain to the grass cutters to say, constitution ya the ensaka in such a way say ebe favor ba omia. Omo person mo beka ho asemo because omo nim say so omo delve into the constitution omo amend no omo amend it to favor ba omia na eye amanfo bekasa constitution no omo nim so omo de omo saka to favor ba omia na grass cutters no dodo ni nko school omo jiminti. They have decided not to speak on the constitution of amend no but rather they are speaking on judges living in fear. Judge Ben Abeka just through so Pandai seat no some we need legitimately. Why are you scared to go back to Pandai? Pandai sitting there down. Some candidate no ona on the debut to Facebook, no your Facebook. Akwa we di parliament 1 year, pedi yemu shishini so be kofi. Lo na wako jinyina no. Nana adwene so betu 4 years etua. Pandai MP no, they say yemu shishino 2 minutes be ado Facebook live. My people, you know, you will win. If say hey, Jimmy, the yemu shishini so be lose seat no. Sa Pandai seat munim say mu win legitimately. Why are you even worried about going for a rerun at Pandai? Easy. Musumu lead with 3,000 votes. Oh, how on saying? Judge Bernard Ghana Wabaka Cho say they are panicking about something. Judge Otina African Michael Jackson case is panic bedroom womb. Crojing. The NPP as a political party no omunim some followers legit now here they na omo amend omo constitution omo say omo relaunch constitution here dey be see grass cutters na omo call sa event no here dey o grass cutter we call ho hwe now event na sini o hwe
one wakano ba ye de kire Ghana for say Ghana for ye mistake akoto aba ma NDC ba ba bibia nkoso ope be sia akora wunya bi
yati de opese o china so ba constitution na mo amend date na mo amend mo constitution
ye de 2028 power ye ba power 2028
enu ti na mo amend
me pa chan ye ba
na go si wo ba kunu mo pese mo sesa
minuanom me say ye je power no 2028
den na mo ye ya mo fi say nya nti mo sesa mo constitution answer question no
oh dia ye fi say
enye I'm not pese me
oh one dia ye adwuma because o sha
den na enye ti amosesa
oh dia ye hwe ya
na mo ye ya am the constitution
ye de 2028 power ye ba power 20 kano ba ye de kire Ghana for say Ghana for ye mistake akoto aba ma NDC ba ba bibia nkoso ope be sia akora wunya bi
yati de opese o china so ba constitution na mo amend date na mo amend mo constitution
ye de 2028 power ye ba power 2028
enu ti na mo amend
me pa chan ye ba
na go si wo ba kunu mo pese mo sesa
minuanom me say ye je power no 2028
den na mo ye ya mo fi say nya nti mo sesa mo constitution answer question no
oh dia ye fi say ye
enye I'm not pese me
oh one dia ye adwuma because o sha
den na enye ti amosesa
oh dia ye hwe ya
na mo ye ya amwan
Enkrantie we no go TikTok no. Omakoye constitutional amendment wom. On akrantie we. Akrantie osay Rasta man. So on to be a party this year. Omwejimi. The General Secretary spent time speaking on unnecessary things. Yacha akrantie ba ko say amendment na ma amending the constitution no amendment na mo ye na dia. Ya kat omo di sen krantie omo we banche haban. Na watam to me am ankrantie we. Rasta osawi akrantie. Rasta osawi akrantie. Ye busan say oba party head office. Musma ba amend the constitution. Muna musima be MPP university. Constitution na amend dey na amend wom. Ye be uni power. Be say we mo Jimmy. The general secretary in Samawoka. What has this got to do with the constitution of the party? They are more launching party constitution, relaunching. They ne ka efa ho. Ebe sin the what is the MPP? Mumusa MPP for enkrantie we say mo constitution dey na dey nsaka iwom. Omunim. And you know the funny thing, deliberate. At the end of the yellow constitution, no, it is to favor Bahumia on a summary. And nitina Omo para omo core constitution say omo koya amendment no omo metina radio so anka o te omo grant interview bia o TV so radio so say your constitution no we did amendment. This is what we did. This page they didn't do it because majority of inkrante no mo di omo no so mo ejimi. They can't read. You cannot go and amend NDC constitution and say the NDC Awunanino, NDC Asantinino, NDC Infantinino, NDC Sremunino, NDC Bununino, NDC Nina Ofri Krobono, NDC Nina Oya Frafrenino will not read and ask you questions. What about them? That is the difference between the NDC and the MPP. MPP for ne Jimmy. Enkwara no mudi omuchino. Free SHS enkwara na omo ntwana omo nim utumi wo ba pa na etibodinsa for sen nim. Kwasiafo omo fin MPP utumu omo fin. Their level of thinking is so low. Party amendment, a whole amendment in the party's constitution. Where would the party let you know? Ukrampo nim say sa amendment ebia ochinano it will not allow you to contest for a position. Ebia sa amendment ne krampo no as it stands no you are not even a member of the party. You people don't ask questions. You are not asking your leadership. Amendment na ye na mo ye Yenye party na musoma amendment. Dia. They are not doing any education on it. They are not calling the rats and the grass cutters and the rascals to sit them down to break it down to them. No. In Krantia we say, and a judge for Ebu Yem Shishomo and the Antiasia and a Jimmy way, judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgment to some judges live in fear. Near to Kromha. Ye wudi Kufuado, Eddie judges here or Ghana. Near to Kromha. Ye wudi Kufuado, the judges here or Ghana. Near to Ghana. You see, and I keep telling them, they don't educate them. Party no, I just say bofrom kwan is siwo. Ya wo wa ni asabi egu hwinim no adane kwasia. MPP no, MPP as a political party, I say bofrom kwan. I say otwin binim kwan ene si mfimfin ho. Ya wo nge ni aso kakra. On say ye to akwara din a se bia di nsuo bo ketrema so. Ni aka say nsuo ensan o omo de no e otwin bini ni da say o ketrema so. Omo nyini a omo su a omo nyini, omo jimi, omo nyina omo bodam. MPP omusa omo jimi omo nyina no mabodam enti omo ya wo omo nyi ne de otwen binim kwan aso omo ketrema so jimi ote party ma ya a whole constitution amendment. You as a young man, as a young lady, you are not asking the constitutional amendment no is it going to affect me being a member of this ingrantia group no. You are on TikTok why when mbasa say otwen na say yentiasia e na ba no e na NDC kwasia party ni kura won kan party na ultimi krampo no ya ye party no Holy Grail Bible na ebo party no ban no ya system na favor ba omia a favor samere a favor Kɔrɔnfoɔ wote wo at TikTok ya wotu fin se opro e ka se ope to me na o party a ultimi no unim constitution ope to me dey na to me ni be. A whole general secretary could not go around the media to take page by page. This is why we did amendment. The reason why we did amendment is this reason. If you want to join the NPP, the reason to also join the NPP ni, I couldn't hear your amendment, you know, send a be favor. Waiting a year, Oma yo, because in Krantiana Dawson, Omu ya woman pe, yes, a prerogative mouse, or Chimbinas also with Jimmy Onina no about them. Fama Monanko for the Jimmy crowd too much.
Cha 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 cha. Hey, mama, hey. Nyata, biloko, nyata nangari, nyata. Mama, hey. Hey. Cha 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 cha. Hey, mama, hey. Nyata. Biloko, nyata nangari, nyata. Mama, hey. Cha 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 cha. Hey, mama, hey. Nyata biloko, nyata nangari, nyata. Mama, hey. Bigida.
Me say Ochramu mo TikTok and Krantia no because na mo party ya amendment of constitution mu e de na mo ye omo
Ebia meka Ghana for wa baso bodie bi a omumfa mo Kevin Tailor. In fact, owura no wa ya ade and ogusu a obua Ghana. Ogusu a ototo niema edema Ghana. Kevin Tailor me too eche edema no essence owura we has been one of the people and I say has been one of the few people omuwo Ghana ehudo a okoswa echechere said ye MPP for eba banmu omuniemo omubeye how they came to loot, share, destroy. Sankanyo no a enkaye yadan so ye nengu abontin ono na aja wa use ni platform abena ben na oba na oba expose oba na oba expose MPP for gusu a oye even when they are in opposition still no kra no omusuban na omuni ye bi na se omuso omu akoya amendment ni de kai ka ho utie ma na chese amendment ne kra anye papa enso njinam MPP for you obi say MPP for say I was say 2028 elections no they should withdraw any kinds of move contest be rather they should go and seek for counseling before so omo beba mountain so aka so omo contest for any general elections biano they need to consult omo here device serious one as that. And it is true because it's omo party only national chairman party obi sorry ya na o kan de ope obi sorry ya na o ye de ope hey abronye nsem a waka na okurum ehwan na afrens abronye jai sansing hunu no sabi obi enya mfra abronye. He is living comfortably in this country. Meanwhile one of onwankasa ni party members a wabo party ni pen ye wura Canada Japan abre na abre no nyina na odi papa ni si ho ehoro no abre na abre nyina na odi papa ni si ho ye den ebo na chi ma. So party we na say oye youth akoya no she Ghana flag chi a ojina ho hu de okeka ye bisa say DNTMP for your amendment I was to take power from NDC in 2028 no e ya rehusem ohwe no kra na sabi bibibia nsisi so onye okay because they say omo mu DNP patient na majority youth ni na no obekoma no na nyo monia majority of them in case omo nyina mesremo mun take me yi in case omo nyina but majority of them no obekono be examine omo no in case obi adwin mu ha no mesremo nhwe munti ase na meka ni yi obekono na obi anyininia majority of them no na nyo monia eno mu DNP patient ebia na forces bi den push omo ebia na bibibi etachiri ayemo omo kase mon join me why no na nyomo omo nkasa omo ania afenyo marking aka anya se ni mi na me be kan sisi am ko test corner IMPP for from war universities various universities ni colleges no test con for omo nye nipa bi osisi party ni nyomo akono 10 INDC omo na omo agi nipa ni na me na meka nti beka se ene MPP youth na omo di MPP echi no omo se bibrani na ho anyame na meka e ya afenyo marking ono ankasa kogina baby ana wo ka kire Ghana for ni wiase nyina ne ono ankasa di party members so omo se so omo akwan na omo suban enti sa power ebebo omo se sebi edwonso ebo akoko. And it is true. I think that wakan ye because obi do wa na oka wa asem edi kire wo obi do wa na wo ya ade a SM fata o ede oyi wa sutire but obi mpa wa asem obi fi o ze o ye wa ade no omo fans you ho ye omo fans you ho ye you almost there at the end of the day no be hu na hwew. Inti Kevin Tailor e me hira o koswa na coach MPP coach NDC na make sure say omo aban we e be successful because aban na nko ya udin bata ho Kevin Tailor you know it I know how proud I am na me beka anko ya ni din e bata ho because he's one of the key people and these MPP for omo know they have been that guy and that's their Kevin Tailor some people and this aban we answer see the administration answer see their Kevin Tailor e di on na e won MPP for anu nti no de yes obobo ho ban na wa shape o mo no ma ye adwuma no eyi kire wa dwo comment section media no mega makra bye bye.